Sportster life, am I right? 1 gallon. Let's take a little bit more than that. Every little bit counts. What's up, guys? Thanks for checking back into the channel. Well, obviously you can see that there's something different here. This is not a Grom. This is not a Lowrider S. It is a new to me Sportster 48. Surprise! Yeah, let's take a look around. We'll stop by somewhere and we'll definitely do a better kind of overview of this bike, of this beautiful Sportster. But yeah, surprise, guys. I got a brand new to me Sportster 48. If you've been following my Instagram, I've kind of hinted at this. I've posted a few photos. So that shouldn't be a surprise if you follow me on Instagram. But if you haven't, not that you need to, you might have already known. Let's talk about the bike, why I got it, and there's probably some questions that you want to ask me, which I'll answer. But yeah, I got this Sportster 48 a couple of weeks ago. This guy just popped up at my Harley dealership. Was kind of 50-50 about buying it. Popped in, you know, took it out for a test run. Really enjoyed it. Actually, that was my first time test riding a 48, and this felt really smooth. Felt really good. It felt really good to be back on a Sportster. As you all know, I started on an Iron 883. I started my channel on an Iron 83. I started my Instagram on an Iron 83. So there's a lot of history there. So it felt really good to be back on a Sportster. I'm not gonna lie. Say what you want about the Sportster. It's old technology and yada yada. But there is something about the Sportster and just old Harleys in general that I just love. So that's what I did. I picked up another Sportster. Part of why I got it is because of some of the parts that were on it, like the short shots. The air filter or the air cleaner was already installed, and it already had a tuner. So the basic stage 1 was already done. And for the most part, aesthetically, like, it was a blank slate, which is kind of what I wanted. Didn't want something that was all done up with somebody else's, you know, signature. I wanted it to be my own. So there you have it. I'm gonna pull over right over here. This is the usual parking spot that you all have seen me take. But yeah, let's talk about this bike a little bit more. I think the biggest question you probably will have for me is, well, Jason, if you got the Sportster 48, where is the Lowrider S? And have no fear, the Lowrider S is still here. It is sitting in my garage currently. However, the Grom is gone. I had to sacrifice the Grom to get the 48. Let's just say my significant other didn't want me to have 3 bikes. And to be honest, 3 bikes seems like a lot of bikes. I'm sad that the Grom is gone, obviously, but I'm really happy about the 48. You know, this is my like second week on this bike. I love it. Like I mentioned, I've never test ridden the 48 before. And, you know, the first time I got on it, it was a match made in heaven. It was a perfect pairing. I love the big fat tires. It's super comfortable. It's got a lot of pep. Actually, you know, it has a lot more pep than I remember. Enough power, you know, 5 gears. But, you know, on the highway, like, I'm cruising at 70, 80. It's perfectly fine for that. Obviously, no fairing. I'm not going to add any fairing to this. I'm going to keep it as a very stripped down, pared down Sportster. The downside of that is, like, there's no wind coverage. There's no wind protection. You live with it, but yeah, super happy with it. I'm sad that the Grom is gone. For those of you guys who've come to my channel looking for Grom content, I'm sorry. I definitely do want to get back into a Grom at some point. It's just the timing is just not quite there yet for me. I do want to pick up a used Grom down the road, because those things are amazingly fun, great on gas and all that stuff. I thought that the Grom would sort of fill my, you know, Sportster void, but nothing really fills that. So I'm happy to get back into the Sportster, but I will be back on a Grom at some point in the near future. So yeah, like I mentioned, it already has the stage 1 stuff, the pipes, Vance & Hines, short shots. I had that on my last bike. I had the Arlen and Ness angled air cleaner on my last bike too. So yeah, it feels very familiar. Came with a little sissy bar. I added this little Cafe Racer seat, which I'll talk about in my next video, but this was sent to me by CC Riders. I'll talk to you all about its seat in my next video, but I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of gives it more of like a Cafe Racer-esque vibe to it. But it's a very comfortable seat. It's a very high quality seat too. But yeah, the Lowrider S is still around. That is my main squeeze. This is just this is kind of like my beater bike, if you will, my daily rider. You know, it's small enough that I can ride into the city and, you know, squeeze in and out of traffic. But at the same time, I can take it on the highway. It's a little bit more versatile. Yeah, so plans for this bike, I'm not quite sure yet. You know, I think I'm gonna, like I mentioned, I'm gonna turn this into a bobber. So, you know, I'm super excited to get some mods going on this bike. I've already picked a few things up. I'm also talking to a few sponsors to see if they want to work with me on this build, which is going to be really cool. I think I have a few sponsors lined up, and I'm trying to get some more. Sportster 48, and this is a 2017 model, which to me is one of the best years because it comes with this little badge. Super solid. I love the all black. I actually like the gloss. I might want to do something about this tank. If I get bored, I might want to pick up another Simon Customs tank cover, or maybe even wrap it. I don't know. But the world is my oyster because the Sportster parts are fairly cheap if you want it to be, and there's a lot of different places where you can get them. It's been a blast. I've missed it. I've missed the Harley shakes. I missed that like vintage Harley feeling. Although it's not vintage, it feels like you're almost traveling back in time and riding Harleys of old, if that makes sense. It really does make me feel like I'm in a different era, like an older era, which is kind of cool. But that's it for me today, guys. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna go for a little ride. Tune in next week. We'll have more content coming your way. But thanks for checking in. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.